Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we have a couple of really, really cool things today. First off, somebody's going to win some things.
Yep.
And our good friend Diana Yates is here with the Humane Society of Jackson County. And we always get the pleasure of doing this here on the morning show, which is so much fun. We're going to give away a Henry rifle today.
Yes, it's a Henry 44 Magnum Wildlife Edition. It's a $1,350 rifle. Has beautiful pheasants and deer on the carving of the wood, and then a $400 custom-made knife.
So we're going to give that away and a lovely gift basket.
It's mostly for women. There are some gift certificates in it. It has almost $1,000 worth of items in the basket. There's 2 Kate Spade purses, a Michael Kors. There's Bath & Body Works, Victoria's Secrets. There's a $300 gift certificate to Dave's Custom Butchering in Wellston for meat.
Yeah.
Restaurant gift certificates, a little bit of everything. And we are glad
somebody's
you do
gonna
the
win.
drawings for us.
Well, of course, and we love to do that here because we get to spread the good news
Yep.
to somebody. And these are kind of your big fundraisers for the
Yes.
year for the Humane Society.
We've done Henry Rifles now. I think this is our 7th year, and that's always our biggest fundraiser.
You know, and I don't know that, if you don't know, Henry rifles are highly sought after. They're hard to find.
Well, this year it took me 4.5 months to find this one.
and they're
they are.
great
They're-
collector
Yes,
pieces.
they are.
For sure. So
And we just do small festivals. This year we did the Wild Turkey Festival in MacArthur for the
Yes.
first time.
Uh-huh.
Really good response there.
Good. That's
Then
always
the
a fun one.
Wilkesville Fish Fry, the Apple Festival, and the Beaver Oktoberfest.
There you go. And of course, Humane Society of Jackson County does so much where, you know, you guys are kind of the dog warden is the dog warden. You all get to do the other stuff. And without a lot of help and without a lot of money, grants, of course, have kind of gone by the wayside. And so if you do want to help with our furry friends, we would appreciate that. And of course, you can always send money to P.O. Box 1.
Right. It's easy to remember.
Yeah, and because the things you would need would be what? Like food and...
Mostly dog. We go through a lot of dog food. I still have quite a few that I have taken in for the Humane Society. Some of them are older dogs. Cats. Can use cat litter, dry cat food.
Okay.
The little small blankets, like Walmart sells for
Sure.
$3.
Yeah, they're
something.
like
Yeah.
$3.
Yep. That's pretty much.
Yeah, so anything that you could do to help our animal friends, we would greatly appreciate it. But so let's get to it, Diana.
Sounds good.
All right, so what are we doing first?
We'll do the rifle, or the rifle and the knife. The first ticket drawn will get the rifle. I'll let you stir them up.
I
It's
feel
quite
like
full.
the pressure is on. My God, how many tickets did you
There's
guys
a lot.
sell?
I don't know.
This is wild. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Is that one?
Uh-huh.
You see, I'm not looking. Okay.
Jay Hagan from Chillicothe, Ohio. That's the first time we've had Chillicothe.
Woohoo! All
We've
right.
had Wilkesville, Portsmouth, Lucasville, McDermott, somewhere up near Columbus, but the first one in Chillicothe.
All
And we've
right.
had Jackson win also.
Of
Okay.
course.
He's the rifle. Now the
Okay.
knife.
Okay, now the knife. We're out of the same basket, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm digging down in. Okay, that's one.
Jeff Bob from Hamden, Ohio. No one from
Nice.
Hamden's won, so that's good.
Hey, all right.
Very good. Thank you. Okay.
And thank you all for purchasing the tickets because
Yes, we appreciate it.
everything that you spend is helping.
And we
our
have some of the people,
animals.
you know, they really like those rifles. They come back every year and get tickets. So
You
we
got it.
appreciate
Okay, so this one's for the gift basket.
Yep.
Okay. Stirring them all up. Well, there we go. I had 2. Okay, is that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Charlotte Johnson. I don't know where she's from, just has her cell phone. She didn't put her town, but we'll call her.
Awesome. Okay. Well,
When I get out to the
congratulations.
car, I call the winners and then make arrangements to pick them up.
Woohoo.
But we will start looking again probably December for our next rifle for next year. But this has been the most popular one with the wildlife on it.
For sure. And they are absolutely lovely, these rifles. And if you've never seen one,
Right.
look it up. It's very, very cool. So we have a few minutes. Is there anything that you would like our viewers to know while you're here?
Talk about Rascal a little bit, but I'll mention 100% of monies we raise goes to help the animals.
Yes.
We help stray and injured. If we have money available and someone needs help with a vet bill with their animal, we can help, but sometimes we can't. Sometimes it's not a lot, but we do what we can.
There you go.
All right. We're winding down on our Rascal clinics. I think this is our 18th year to do them.
Wow.
This year, we only did 1 clinic a month instead of 2. We've been having some problems this year. We have a sign up over the phone in April. We had like almost 300 people call the very first day and sign.
Oh, wow.
And I think she has 27 pages of names.
Okay.
She can schedule like a week to 10 days prior to a clinic. She had called 27 people last week. Out of those 27 people, only 2 called her back. And they're getting harder and harder to schedule. She goes on, tries to call the next, or people will schedule, and then they'll cancel a day or 2 before, or they just don't show up.
Okay.
We do charge a $40 deposit when they call, which is refundable if you have a good excuse. If you just don't show up, we don't refund it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's because you're taking away from someone
Right.
else's spot.
But we are committed. When Rascal comes, we have to pay them so much to come for like a 30-pack, I believe it is. And I can't remember what the amount is. But there are several times in the past couple of years where we did not meet that because people didn't show up, didn't cancel, that we've had to pay that out of our pockets, anywhere from $400 to $1,000.
Yeah, we don't
And that
want
hurts
that.
us. No, we don't want that. And with the cat problem and the dog problem in Jackson County, there shouldn't be any reason why it's happening. I mean, we are going to have a meeting and brainstorm. We may go back to having physical signups like we used to at the library. But the only thing, used to we could schedule like for the entire year. It became a fiasco where people would want to switch and then you have to change everything. So we can only schedule 2 clinics at a time. And if we have a physical sign up, we're afraid, you know, if you have 100, 150 people show up and you've only got 60 to 70 slots, those people are going to be angry. We thought maybe we could just take the names of those remaining and add them to the next 2 clinics. We're gonna work on it the next couple of months before we have a sign up in March.
Okay.
So,
Well, if you do have an animal that you're thinking of, spay and neuter, of course,
Yes.
the Rascal unit is here for you, but
Yes.
make sure you responsibly sign up
Yes.
because it's here and it's very low cost
Yep.
and it's very convenient.
yes. I was trying to think. Well, the dogs are based on weight, and cats, I believe I think it's $60 or $65 for a female cat, and that's very reasonable.
That's very reasonable.
Yes,
So, well, very good.
yes. One other thing, November 16th on Saturday, we are doing our Christmas pet portraits at Tractor Supply.
Oh, fun.
David Brown from Faces of Rescue will be back there again. He's wonderful. He's good with animals. He's done everything. People have brought pet rats in, fish, snakes, you name it.
Bring your fish.
Yes, he'll
preferably
he'll
in
take 'em.
water.
Yeah. But he'll be back, and a couple of weeks prior to the event, we'll be posting the schedule so you can pick out what time and schedule for it.
Okay. We'll come back and talk about that with us if you
Okay.
have time.
Okay.
We would love
Sounds
that.
good. He's very good. We appreciate him.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Diana, thank you. I know that you are itching to get out and call these people and tell them that they have been the big winners.
Yeah, I always
for the
call
day.
them when I get to my car. I don't wait till I get home. So
That
I will
is
give them a call.
awesome. So
Thank you, Jennifer. We really appreciate you doing this for us.
And again, if you want to support our local Humane Society, the Humane Society of Jackson County, you can be very, very willing. We would love it if you would send a check or a money order or whatever to P.O. Box 1. Yep. It's very easy here in Jackson. Can't forget that one.
No.
All right.
One other thing, we used to do the straw giveaways in Jackson, Oak Hill, and Wellston. It got to where we didn't have enough people to help us to do it. So we started purchasing it, having it delivered to the dog pound.
Okay.
And then they distribute it. I saw where Jennifer put out a post wanting help to unload the truck Saturday. It's coming in.
Okay.
So starting next week, straw should be available for outdoor pets. Please don't use it for your landscapes or flowers.
No,
it's for pets.
For the animals.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Jennifer.
All right. Thank you.
See you later.
All right. Well, we do have a video from the Marquee that was taped on Tuesday night. And it is hosted by our good friend, Jewel Stewart, and she has done some interviewing. Of course, she is the director of the Clue play that will be starting tomorrow night at the Marquee, going through the weekend here in Jackson. So I think she's going to talk with the cast. You'll get to see some of the sights and the sounds of the play, and we hope that you enjoy it. Then we'll be back with news on the other side.
Hi, Jen. Hi, everyone at Main Street TV. I bet you're wondering where you are. Do you feel disoriented? Do you feel confused? Tell them where we are, Matt.
We are at the Marquee.
We're at the Marquee, and you're getting a chance to see the set for Clue on stage, and this is the cast. Say hi, everyone.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
They're very well trained. Let's introduce ourselves, shall we? And let's chat. Let's chat about this play. Let's chat about everything that's going on in our process. And we'll give you guys a little insight on what's going on in our lives in the past couple of months that we've been doing this, okay?
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm Jules. I'm the director. This is Matt.
Matt Wilson. I am a lot of things in this play.
Yes, he's
Stage crew, auxiliary, it's all good.
Actor. He's my mental support. I'll save it for later.
Okay.
But let's go down the line. We'll go with the guys over here and we'll have everyone introduced down here and say your parts. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Let's try that.
I'm Doug Sharp and I play Colonel Mustard.
I'm Rin Spriggs and I play Mr. Green.
I am Breck Avonmarch and I play Wadsworth.
I'm Sean Murray and I play Mr. Body.
I'm Luke Davis and I play Professor Plum.
Take it away.
Hi, I'm Kim Seitz and I play Mrs. Peacock.
I'm Melissa Stutzman and I play Miss Scarlet.
I'm Courtney McManus, I play Yvette.
I'm Bethany Sarah-Penix and I play Mrs. White.
I'm Amanda Gowan and I played the cook in The Singing Telegram Girl.
That's right. There's multiple people that have multiple roles. And there's some other people here. We've got a ton of crew and we've got a lot of, we've got a crew guy behind the camera right now. We've got some people that aren't in front, but we're happy to have everybody here. And we're happy to talk about everything that's been going on. We started this process probably, how long has it been, guys? 2 months? Something like that?
Yeah. 2 months.
Pretty much.
I remember, I want to start with auditions. I want to start talking about that. I remember, do you guys remember auditions?
Yeah.
Do you remember it fondly?
No.
I did. I loved it.
Yeah, we had some winners, some not. And it was a huge turnout. It was one of the biggest, I think, for ACP so far, which I should also mention that, there's been some changes in the ACP, but Doug and I are co-directors for ACP?
We are co-creative directors of ACP.
Co-creative directors. And Kim is
Vice Chair.
Vice Chair, and Bethany is
Chairperson.
That's right. And so we've got people that are involved on the board, and Clue was a pretty big feat, I think you guys wanted to take on, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we knew it was going to be a big cast, and we wanted to have a big turnout, and we had a great turnout. We had 2 nights of auditions, and we were busy the whole time. And I would take them all back one by one, and I'm just curious, because we never really talked about it, but I remember taking everybody back individually. I made them all come in here on the stage, And I had everyone do their things without everyone else to see. And the first thing that I did before anybody got on stage, I don't know if you guys remember, was I took everybody up front and I had a little folder. Do you guys remember my little folder?
Yes.
And I had my little folder and I said, okay guys, this is the play. You guys know it, you've seen the movie, but this is what I want to do with it. And I'm just curious along the board here, like, what were some thoughts after, you know, opening up my folder and showing you guys this kind of different interpretation? I know that we had some ideas we wanted to do, which we won't say because we're not doing that with this one because we might use them in other ones, you never know. But as far as, you know, the minimalism, being told, we're changing the music, we're changing a lot of the parts. You know, no set, no props. What are some thoughts that you guys had when you were seeing my little folder?
Typical Jules.
I was disappointed there was no diorama.
Yeah, you promised one.
But, you know.
Yeah.
No, I was excited about it. I knew we weren't going to tackle it like in a traditional sense because having worked with you before. So.
Yeah. Did anybody lie? Did anybody lie and be like, "Oh, I love this," but you were like, "What is going on?" Was everybody actually down?
I think we trusted you, and we trusted you to bring whatever vision it was to light, and you did it. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did fantastic. I really wanted to highlight, you know, it's such a character-driven show, and it's the most important part. And we talked a lot in the pre-process of how it's this big house and these mansions and all these doors, and it just feels distracting from the most important part, which is all the little tiny intricate pieces that the characters have and the objectives and why they're there. It's such a, you know, objective anchored show. So I also kind of showed you guys pictures of the characters and the vibes, and I basically I think I gave you guys like an ultimatum. Do you want to go in the direction of like leaning really far into what people know, but like digging deeper and like finding more than what is the traditional interpretation of the character, or rejecting that and kind of trying to go a different direction? How many of you guys sort of down the line across the board, do you feel like you leaned more in and just went deeper with what was there, or do you feel like you rejected and tried something completely new? Take it down the line.
I'll preface with this. If you've worked with Jules, then you know that she is very hyper-focused. So for every single character in this play, even for the cop, she had what I could only say is a vision board, maybe 2 for each character. So that's like 20 different vision boards with colors and feelings and emotions and outfits and looks and whatever. And it really, I mean, working with her as directors on film and stuff that we've done, it helps a lot for actors that way. So like, did you find, like her question, like, did you find that helpful?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To me personally, I found that very helpful.
Yeah.
Because when you're stepping into a role, you are not yourself. You want to embody every part of that character.
Yeah.
The backstory, the look, the history with any of the other characters that you might be playing against. And I think that vision, to answer your prior question, to take that and run with it,
Sure.
that's what helped me.
Yeah. What about any of the fellas down there?
I think that the backstory was really helpful for my character because we kind of know some things about the game pieces, but some of the extra characters, it was helpful to have a backstory created to help me get into the character, and then maybe some of the things that I read in the backstory are not explicitly on stage, but internally it helps with interactions with the other characters when you're on stage to have that backstory.
Yeah. We just did pictures. We had James come and take pictures of us last week, and I was just showing them to everybody before we started. And you know, you got a line of 8 people looking at one person at Wadsworth. And you know, if you come out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Fridays at 7, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 2, you know, if you come out, you'll see you guys, you could have taken the easy way out and just been afraid, just been worried. But if you look and you watch, and I think people literally, I mean, I've seen you guys do this 100 times now, but I mean, I find myself, you can follow one person through the whole thing and feel something totally different every single time. And you guys, when I sat you around the table and I said, okay, it's not just in the script, it's more surprise, I was up. There's 20 documents. I've been awake.
This binder? No, there's more.
Slam the encyclopedia down, and like everyone just took so well to that and was fearless, and it comes through. You can see it in nuanced, and I think everyone should come and see. So, what was hard about taking those things and seeing them in a different way? What were the roadblocks? I want to know.
Learning a different way of acting.
Yeah.
And reacting with other people that you don't know, and then you start to trust them, and then working together and building on that.
Yeah.
That's something that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, yeah. We kind of threw you guys into that really quickly and heavily. We did a few exercises. We Meisner. You probably don't remember Meisner exercises.
No, nightmares. No, nightmares.
Yeah. Anybody that is in acting or anything, if you know Meisner, I had them do that, and it's, that's what I wanted. It's never to take it and to make it so singularly about your character and stuff, and to know who you are, and then sort of get lost in whoever you're looking at. And man, they did that fantastically, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, any other challenges? Anything else that you were like, this is hard. I kind of just want to play. Yeah.
I had never seen Clue before.
Oh.
Me either. I've still never seen it.
I haven't. I wanted to
I've
wait
never watched it
until after the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't want any part of it to influence anything. I'd never even played the board game until like a year and a half. No, I played it. But it was it's new to me. So I feel like any preconceived notions that anybody had about any of the characters, I don't have any of that. So this is almost like, I feel like I'm going to be comparing the movie to this.
Yeah.
So like I've had to build my
That's
character
beautiful.
off of what everybody else has been doing. So that was a little hard not having a reference, because I quite enjoy references. But it was fun. I got to challenge myself, and everybody made it really easy to step into the character. So it was nice.
I found it particularly difficult because I've been an actor for a while. Normally, I'm trying to focus on how I can fit better into the scene as like a whole, but I found it like the switch to focusing on myself as a singular character was definitely a weird pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like instead of like, how can I serve you guys, it's how can you all serve me? I know that sounds not the way I meant it, but it's like, because it's, it's in real life, you don't go around like, how can I fit in this situation?
And with this being such an ensemble show, it's so interesting to see that other part of it, like what the intricacies of each other and reacting to all of you. Y'all creep me out.
Thank you.
Yeah, we just got done with an hour and a half run right now, and everyone's sitting on the stage, and I was just telling Doug, I was like, there's new stuff tonight.
Yeah.
It's just every time they do it, it's something different, and the people have refused. I mean, you can watch a play, you could watch a really good, equity theater, Broadway play, and I think if you'd see it twice, you might see the same things over and over again. There's just something that you guys have done, you've refused to leave it at that, and I just think that that's super, super special.
Yeah.
So for the people that have seen Clue, not you guys, what do you think? Do you think that there's anything that is lost in the interpretation, maybe for the people that are, because I mean, people are going to come and they're going to see this and they're going to expect exactly what they've seen from the movie. Maybe they'll think I do something different with the set. Maybe they'll think it's a little bit whatever, a little wonky donkey, if I can say that.
Wonky-donkey.
Little artsy.
I mean, I'm not a game piece, but Clue was still is one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite board games. And I generally have complete and utter faith in your visions whenever we collaborate, which is often. So when you were like, we're not going to do it like the movie, I'm like, but then, just being 100% transparent, because I love the original. So, but then like you started telling me and I'm like, okay, I'm on board. I can watch the movie. The movie, it's its thing. This is its own thing, and it can live in two different spaces.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be good. Even if you are a diehard Clue fan, I feel like Clue on this stage, will be something different to experience for sure.
Definitely. Plus, you've already watched that movie.
Exactly.
And you're paying $18 at the door Or no, $20 at the door, 18 in advance to go ahead and get your tickets.
Market tickets don't work.
But yeah, I mean, you've seen the movie.
Yep.
Breck and Tim Curry could not be farther apart.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. I'm saying that they're very different. You know.
Wait.
You know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It would feel like a rip-off if we just did the movie.
Yeah.
For sure. Yep.
And it's not funny. Like, it's not just funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are, like, we're playing them as real people. It's
Yeah.
not just about the haha,
Yeah.
slapstick.
Right.
And
Yes,
that was one of the things that Jules did with the 20 plus boards was there was backstory to every character. So like in the movie, I don't know if you ever know real names or, you know, backstories of any of the characters, but Mrs. Peacock had a full name, a full backstory, same with everybody. So she painted it differently for them to be able to do it differently than the movie. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And another thing is some of those backstories through some work of the cast have ended up interwoven.
Yeah.
For example, me and Green.
Yeah. There's little things. I mean, there's stuff between Scarlett and Yvette. There's stuff that is, you know, I'm just begging. I'm literally just begging people. If you're gonna come and you're gonna pay, like, you know, $18 per person, $20 at the door. I need, this is, to me, it's all about belief. And, you know, we just have so much going on out there. And it's just, for me, it's like a really special sort of thing to hold someone in one space for an hour and a half, which is right where we land. It's it's fast paced.
Quick.
No intermission, hour and a half. They scorch it, it's great, but just to hold someone there for an hour and a half and just to say, okay, this is where I'm at, and you know, that was my goal. I talked to you, I was like, I know that no one might not ever notice that. And I say that, I can remember saying that to you, I know guys, I know, no one might not ever notice that, but like, yeah, they do, they'll feel it. And a lot of times you don't know what it is. You can't walk out and be like, oh yeah, that was that. But then you might be, you know, eating at 6 cents later and say like, wait a second. What was that look between those two? Like, did you guys know each other?
Right.
And it serves the scene super, super well.
Yeah, for sure.
So is anyone nervous about the audience's take on anything? Amanda, are you nervous?
I'm always nervous. I just kind of live in a state of like nerve.
Anxiety.
But no, I think the audience is going to love it. I think all the anxiety is ours. I mean, the audience is going to love it.
The air is thick.
Yes.
Yeah, there's parts of it that are reimagined and new, but there's also parts of it that I feel like there's stuff that you guys didn't let fade away, but I mean, there's some of it that is a little bit different. It's a little bit interesting. And that's kind of, sometimes people, you know, they don't know how to move with that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So the audience is going to see it. They're here. Here we are. We've made it through. Let's talk about the rehearsal process. I mean, as far as like the blocking and the way that we block this play. I say that like this is it. I mean, this is literally it. Like we don't have. I'm not a huge fan of like props and of big extravagant sets. I think that if we can focus on the heart of it all and the people, it's way more interesting. So. With the blocking that we've done, how was that process for you guys? The last play that I did was with Doug and Bethany. Misery, do you guys remember Misery?
Rings a bell.
Very well. It's burnt in there. Flames.
Yeah, flames.
The blocking in that show was amazing. I got to lay in a bed and then sit in a wheelchair and be real. It was fantastic.
It was really good. You got to crawl a few times.
Yeah.
It was great. But this is way different. I've not ever done, this was something for me the first time, especially with a cast this large, like the learning process of like figuring out the blocking. I mean, like.
It was like dance choreography.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm never going to remember this, and now I think I can do it in my sleep.
Yeah. Did it help? Did we feel like it helped? Yeah.
Without realizing that it was helping. It was like you would just get up and do it, like Melissa said. It was muscle memory without realizing that we were even doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Like someone would say a word, you Pavloved us into someone saying the word, and we would just move.
Yeah. Like when you took us into our cubes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Here's the deal.
Yes.
Well, and the blocking takes away the need for so many props. Like our bodies are the props. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I really wanted. I know that the game itself and, you know, how we play that and that association, I wanted to use the stage in that, and we try to make a lot of formations, and we try to point at certain people with our bodies, and, you know, and kind of, I think, do you feel like, you know, some of the mystery, I feel like we don't, it is a mystery. And there is, like, you know, some people be gobbledygooked. You guys never saw it. Were you gobbledygooked when you made it to the end of the script?
Bud. Yeah. Yeah.
Was the table read the first time that you?
Yes.
You were at the table read, right?
No, I wasn't at the first table read. I was because I had to. Okay.
Sorry.
I would like to thank my lovely Sixth Sense family for making sure that I can like work around coming to practices and everything.
Yep.
That day didn't happen. Missed the table read. Missed the first practice. And I showed up in the middle of scene 3 blocking, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, I don't think you got to do pretty much the first half within like so many weeks.
No, I probably had like 3 practices on book before Jules was like, all right, no more books. I was like, okay.
That's how I go with scene like,
I was like,
what is
all
it,
right.
3 to 4 or 5?
Yeah.
You did a great
But
job
that
at
was the
catching
first
up.
time that I learned anything about anything. It was really fun, really cool.
Yeah. I think that's something you guys did well, and handling the off-book stuff too. I mean, I don't know how many times we were at that point of where it's like, you know, it was kind of like dog training, Matt. I mean, they were like, you would do it and we'd run it once, and I'd be like, okay, let's run it again, put the books down, and you guys just like zoom right through it. It fit, and everybody was in the right spot in the right place.
Yep.
We didn't know any way of how we did it. No idea.
So we have this sort of strategic blocking. Do you think people are gonna like notice it? Do you think it's gonna stand out? Do you think it's gonna make sense? Do you feel like anyone's gonna get lost in it? What do you think?
I think they're not going to notice it,
Yeah.
and that is the best part of it.
Yep.
Is that it's just going to go into the shows and not realize it's just going to move the story along. I think.
Yeah. But they'll still feel it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we don't really have, I mean, we don't have a backstage really either.
No.
You know, it feels like it to them, but I mean, these are just 6 open holes, and you've got how many crew back there?
7.
We've got 7 crew members back there, and just a lot of light flipping, a lot of
Light flipping, a lot of
Helping me find where I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
in the dark.
there's a lot of feeling around. Oh, that's a person.
Running, lots of running.
Lots of running.
Having a constant
Lots
loop
of
for
running.
4 seconds.
Me.
your signature pose.
It's usually Brittany.
Every time I come through one of those holes, like when the lights go out, you can't see anything. I always feel Matt's arm, and he'll just be like, "Come on, evil old man."
I'll help you cross the street.
There's always somebody back there. Come on, Cam. They know to look.
I got you.
I just see your hand in the dirt. Okay, here we go.
Who am I touching?
Yeah, I'm always back there just.
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, besides the blocking, there was so much of it is character work, so much of it is the stuff that we've done. When I went in and kind of wrote the backstories and gave it off sort of a new take for everybody, is there anything that you guys had a hard time connecting to? Is there anything that was like, oh, I kind of have to force that? Or, I mean, you guys had communicated so well with me about that stuff, but is there anything that you felt like, man, this is hard. I don't know if I want to do that or want to put that in there. Or I feel like that's not, the audience isn't going to like connect that part with that character. Is there any bits and bobs that you did that? No, nobody wants to.
I just don't know where the microphone. I left everything else except, you know, wires and cords.
Wire aversion. And we dealt with it. You just project.
It's all good.
You do a great job. Nobody?
I mean, I felt connected to Colonel Mustard, like from the table read.
Yeah.
I did just something about that character that maybe I'm too much like him.
I'll also say that Doug also knew all of his lines from the table
That's
read.
how Doug is every single time.
Like everybody else is like this,
Doug
and
is
Doug's
awful.
like,
Doug is awful.
Once and for all, it's called preparation. And if any of you would do it, this would be so much smoother.
is that what it is? Is it just preparation?
Hey, I take offense
No,
to that.
where are those weapons?
Look, I've been doing this since I was like
Yeah.
a little kid,
Yeah.
and it's just, I'll read it twice and then I know it, and I don't know, I can't do
be
that
nice.
with anything else, but
Yeah.
this kind of stuff.
Your
I
brain
can do.
decided that that's the chosen.
That's
method.
how it works.
It's gonna pick that up.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean,
Thank you. Thank you.
if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Weird in a good way. Weird
Yes.
in a good way.
Yeah, you guys have, I mean, I think you all had a perfect mix of being able to, you know, objectively see the character from the standpoint of like, this is me, this is what it would be if I saw someone do this, and you also had this really easy, like, me just kind of being like, and you're like, okay, that's it. And it's, I felt no resistance from anybody in that sense. Like everybody just fell right in, and it was such a joy to like give you guys the backstories. We did the table read, and then after the table read, I was like, okay, come into my office. You guys remember my book?
Yes.
Do you remember my office? And I had the little Millinote with like 100. Shout out Millinote. Millinote should sponsor us.
Millinote's great.
Everybody loves
Give
the
us free
Millinote.
subscription.
And so it was like this big Google Doc board, and we showed everybody everything, and I kind of laid it out, and I was like, okay, you guys add more to this, and I'd love opening my phone and get little notifications like, Kim added
There was about 3 or 4 days after the fact that you and I would talk while I was driving, and it would be so-and-so's in Illinois.
Guess who's in Illinois
They're loving it. They've already asked me questions.
Yeah, I was nervous. I didn't know if, I mean, that's just stuff that I've taken from directing, film acting, and that's what works. But with theater, it's so much different than what I've learned with film, and that is like, it's my job to give you guys something that lasts an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yep.
In film, I can stop you, I can say, let's try this now, try this, and then I go. But here, I mean, I'm literally in everyone's cubes or in the corner, like trying to like give you enough to just push you out the window for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And it's unreal to see the connectivity and how everyone just soars together every single night.
Yeah.
I wish I could just, I don't know how else to tell people, you know, we do this and we talk about it and it's like, please come see it, please come, whatever, everybody's put so much into it. But I don't know, I just think it's so special. I just think it's so special, and I think it's so hard, and it's so easy to just do something that just looks like everything else, and people be thrilled. People would come in here and they pay the money and they'd be thrilled, and it's almost like, I can't believe I found a group of people that was so dedicated to being like, no, that's not enough. We want to do it differently. We want to take it in. So thank you guys.
I feel like it's so boring if you do the same thing over and
Right.
over. It's a little boring.
Yeah, and it's intimidating to look down the barrel of like iconic performances. I mean, Bethany, I don't know how many times we've given you the parts of like these sort of like, you know, can someone help me on the name of the actress that does
Madeline Kahn or Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates. And this a heavy load, and not to single you out, but I mean like, especially when we did Misery, I remember you saying like, I can never make this sound right out of my mouth. Like I'm never gonna be able to make this seem correct. And you find it so well, and I know when you came in and auditioned, I immediately, the flames, you know, that's like this iconic thing. And there's nobody. How many times has Bethany done it? In rehearsal, silly goofy, Doug is trying everything he can to make her break every time. But
you can't get Rudy do it.
But every time you come up against that, it's like the room shuts up. And it's just the power that you have in that. And every single one of you has a moment like that for me that I just absolutely love seeing in the play, and I'm like, I can't wait for this moment where they get to come in.
There's something too, so, and the only person that knows it, Brittany, down there behind the cameras. So as I'm going through the script, like trying to figure out where our cues are, there's every single page I have what I call an anchor line, and it's a line from every single one of you that I know where it's at on the page because I love to listen to it be said. So like, and that's a testament like what you're saying, like everybody has a way that they've tackled it, and it's a little different every time, and I like to hear it, but like I can think which one to like, you're like I know exactly where on the page it is. I know that if I'm 3 pages back, I know I need to get there, and I know how to get there because it's just every night it's always really good. So.
Yeah. And you know, to come off of that, there's been moments where I started and I had this sort of like grandiose makeup idea that I wanted to do, and you know, I was set. was set on it.
Yep.
And because I was just thinking, this script is hard. I mean, it's very a hard kind of comedy mixed with like death, and there's so many interwoven things, and it's like, man, which way do you go, and how do you, and I said, I've got this makeup thing, I'm gonna do this makeup thing, it's gonna be killer. Everyone's like, yeah, the makeup thing, everyone's, oh, makeup. And then I'm watching it, and we're doing it, and I'm like, oh my God, no, that's distracting. It's so distracting from what you guys have done with each other and how connective you are. It's like, no, let's take that away and make it as real as we possibly can. And one moment that I had with you is there's obviously the dinner scene when everyone comes in. And I had this idea to do just, you know, these stools and tables, and the tables would come out, and Matt and I are like, we're gonna make the tables, we're gonna put them on wheels,
Yep.
we're gonna do everything. It's gonna be
I don't
great.
know where we would hide them back there, but
They're gonna fold. I'm gonna come out. They're gonna unfold. They're
Yep.
gonna turn into everyone's weapons. We're gonna use. I was like,
I was gonna light them up.
We're gonna light them up. It's gonna be great. And we ran it without the tables.
I wish you guys were a part of that first process.
Yep.
Sorry.
And we were like, we got it. But of course, you know, crew wasn't in yet, and there were a few times when I was just, okay, guys, just sit in a line. Just sit in a line and do it like the table's in front of you. And I watched Kim do it after one rehearsal, and I came up to her and I said, hey, I've got horrible news. And she was like, what? I was like, the entire cast is going to hate you. She was like, why? And I was like, we're not doing tables there. Because you can see everyone sitting, and you absolutely command that with the way that you move and the way, and everyone reacts so much. It's like tables in front of that. Why would you ever do that?
Yep.
And I cannot make those decisions unless people are actually connecting. Yep. And that's what you guys have done so well. Yep. So let's talk, speaking of connecting, let's talk about some of these characters that know each other. Let's not give too much away. It's not like people haven't seen anything. Huh? Did I hear some sighs? Did I hear some people? I have about 4 or 5 more days with you guys, so I get to boss you around a little more. So let's talk about the people that know each other in this play and how you guys made relationships. So the first one that comes to mind for me, I think, is Yvette and White. That's one of the first ones that we see that come through. So how did you guys, knowing, like, working in the script together, obviously, like, without giving too much away, like, how did you guys kind of work in that space?
We just hate each other in real life.
It's not really acting, Jules.
No, so it's really easy to hate Bethany on stage. I don't know. It just kind of I don't know. I really don't know.
How did you guys? I mean, it's so nuanced. It's the moment that you guys see each other. It's just like, oh, like, what did you do individually? I mean, did you work together, or did you really just kind of?
We never really worked together.
We didn't. And I think that's good.
That kind of helps because I don't know what she's thinking ever at all. Ever. I mean, I worked really closely with Melissa on like our characters' connections, and so like there are clear moments where I know this is what she has in her head and this is what she is acting off of, and I don't have that with Bethany. And I think that kind of plays to our advantage because she's guessing at me as much as I'm guessing at her. And so I'm just very cautious.
That's it. I mean, I watched you guys do it tonight, and there was a bit between you two, and Rin, you were driven so much that you actually stepped in between them. You were like, oh
Jules, I've done that like 3 times now. And it just feels right. Mr. Green he's protective over that. He feels like she's just as trapped in this as everybody else. So, you know, why not help her out?
Thank you.
All right, why not help her out?
She's fine.
That's absolutely true. You don't know that, all right?
Who else knows each other?
Peacock and Cook over there.
Yeah.
Did you guys work together? Did you guys chat about your backstory?
I think we trash talked each other just like passing.
I hate you, but I love you. I hate you, I love you. Oh, Bethany and I, were we supposed to also have compliments to each other? No. Okay, good.
I've done well. Or have I?
No, and this is the first time that Amanda and I had even met each other in real life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was fun to read her backstory and on Milanote to know what our past together was and how that plays into what happens on stage.
I never read your backstory.
But it makes sense that you guys.
I was told to read your backstory. I never did it.
Who was? It was one of you that messaged me and was like, I know that I can see other people's boards, but like, am I allowed to look?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I remember, but I told Matt, I was like, I want him to look. Like, look at everybody else's stuff. Like, you want people to see that. But yeah, that's, what is it?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't either.
No, because I don't know. I felt
like
like
the pictures.
Mustard's so clueless about his own life, and like I obviously, I'm just trying to figure people out, and the only person I'm actually concerned with is Miss Scarlet for this entire ordeal anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
I read yours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that changed mine.
But you know, that dynamic of between the two characters, without giving anything away, like that would make sense.
Yes,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? That would make so much sense, like you just being completely whatever and like you knowing everything.
Like Colonel Mustard totally would not put in the work to get to know these people.
Yeah, just presently in there
Yes.
trying to make those connections.
And in the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So did you guys talked though about it, didn't you? Not a lot?
No.
Not really.
Oh, I don't want to compliment you, but I'm going to have to.
Oh.
Get on in there.
You put so much out there on stage, it's easy to play off of.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you know, Melissa and I did Leading Ladies before this, and so there was a lot of I was really good in it. So was Matt.
Yeah, we were great. We were.
Hey, thanks.
So we would be what somebody would say, leading ladies.
Yeah. Me and Luke, we were also
But-
fine.
I cried over the set while I was making it.
But Melissa has Melissa's face is so expressive that like if she wants to take command of the stage, she takes command of the stage.
yeah.
So it was real easy for not to give away like what the dynamic of Mustard and Scarlett's relationship was. It was very easy to fall in line with what she wanted me to react to.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. Who else do we have?
There's nothing in the script whatsoever.
Yeah.
But me and Green.
Yeah. College buddies. Yeah.
Green and Plum were college buddies, both very into criminal justice, all right? So we haven't seen each other in a long time, so
I was
it's kind of
more
like
the
a little...
psychiatric side.
Yeah, you went psychiatric, I went more into the,
You guys play like brothers on stage at points. And
Yeah,
it's great.
yeah,
It's a perfect thing.
It's like a little reunion. It's
Yeah.
nice, and it gives us a totally...
brothers.
Yes.
We were
We wished. They wouldn't let us in, but we really wished. We wanted to be so bad.
Plum and Green were definitely close before the whole body manner thing, but I think over time during the play, they just get closer.
Yeah, they'll probably
love
talk. They'll probably be good friends after,
that.
Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, whatever.
Yeah, love that.
But the scene calls for that. I mean, it's not in the script for Yvette and Scarlett either, but it was really important for me to put that in there. And it's a couple singular little moments, but when there's nothing else on the stage and there's just colorful dog crates behind you. You need things like that to keep the scenes interesting if people's eyes bounce. And you guys, I love that you fit those in. And of course, Wadsworth and Yvette.
Right.
That was like a pillar thing for me. Those two characters were so important to me. And I just think both of you it took so well when we Meisnered, it was just like explosive watching you guys instantly connect and seeing the work. I mean, you guys and Melissa, you guys all worked in the backstory, and it's like vicious to watch you three interact.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
They're so easy to react to.
Yeah.
They give everything.
Yeah.
Plus Melissa does this thing on stage where she'll just whisper like something to you that no one else hears.
Yes.
That's so in character that you're like, oh.
Just to get in. Just to
She does that all the time.
I pulled out her chair. I pulled out her chair for her one day, and she sat down. And she goes, "Next time, be faster."
There you go.
Oh, that's great.
One day she looked, she just went, "Don't touch me." I was like, "Oh, okay, back."
Me and Melissa in the dog crate, like, okay.
What are we getting today?
But you guys talked a ton, yeah? You guys, that was a big thing. You guys, I remember in the beginning, like right before we started, like you guys had a little huddle right there in the front row, and you were like, it's this is where we are. And there's so much of, the game pieces are so integral, but with Yvette and Wadsworth, to me, the arcs are so like opposite. And I mean, like, I feel like I watched that happen on stage. I watch you start off in this very trusting, you know, place of like, oh, I want to do this, and I'm here, and we're gonna do this thing, and we're gonna have this night. And I watch you in a very confident place, and things cross and change, and it's just so effortless. And you know, I've said this about both of you, but it's a very hard thing to let things fall apart, especially for actors, because control. And you guys absolutely effortlessly just let things just fall to pieces, and it's a sickening joy to watch every single time. And you've got body and Wadsworth. You guys chatted a little bit too, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And let's not forget my cop.
Oh yeah.
And Miss Scarlett over there.
Yeah, you guys.
We did not talk.
We did not.
I don't like her enough.
I don't need to talk to him. He's beneath me.
Yeah, but I mean the scene between Body and Wadsworth, where it's the first time that it happened. I think that was one of the first moments where I was like, oh, we're creating an environment where I'm not sure if people are gonna like feel safe to laugh.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like people are, and that might be a thing. You might come in and be like, I thought it was supposed to be like really funny. I laughed like a couple times, and then other times it was like, oh, and I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So where are we at on time? Have we done it? Have we given you what you need, Jennifer?
Or has our time blindness, has it been like 15 minutes?
It's been like 39.
Oh, yeah! That's so good!
Hey, love that.
Look at that.
Look at us, guys.
Look at us.
Look at all of us.
Make sure that you come out to the marquee Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week. 7 o'clock Friday, 7 o'clock Saturday, 2 p.m. Sunday, and watch this show. You're not going to see anything like it. Come support local theater. Support these. Yeah.
Support Mark Porter Ford, D&W Homes, and McKee Paving for sponsoring this show.
Thank you so much for sponsoring
this show. Okay, back to you in the studio.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right. Well, that was so fun. And thank you to Jules and the entire Apple City Players cast for
what a promotional
that.
video there.
You know awesome.
if you go there, you're going to have a good time.
It is an absolute impossibility to not have a good time watching that.
Right. And I tell you what this will do. I think that Clue was in your generation too. I mean, very popular board game will kick up the sales through Clue in 2024, right?
Love it. I've spent the past couple days watching the movie, so
it is a great.
It's hilarious.
I had not seen the movie. I heard good things about it.
It's funny.
Played the board game many times. If I could unearth it, I'd play it again. Now it's got me interested.
I feel like we should get on that, shouldn't we, Pete?
Right. Okay.
So what's going on with the news?
Okay. Well, I've got to go over a few things really quickly because there's a lot going on. On the political scene, of course, we're 3 weeks away from the election, and the Jackson County Democrats are going to have their big fall gathering, is what they call it. It's going to be this Saturday night. It's not open to just Democrats, but anybody that wants to come and hear about the upcoming election and socialize and have a nice buffet meal as well. It's going to be Saturday evening at La Rosa's Pizzeria down there in the banquet room in the basement.
Okay.
It will be, the guest speaker is going to be Luke Feeney. Luke Feeney, some folks have not heard of him here in Jackson County, but he is the mayor of Chillicothe, very active in Democratic circles, and he is going to talk to the Democrats, and I know one thing he's going to do is promote the candidacy of United States Senate candidate Sherrod Brown, who hopes to hold on to his seat in what appears to be a very close contest with the Republican challenger, Bernie Moreno. So, once again, that's on Friday evening at the La Rosa's Pizzeria. There will be live music, a silent auction, split the pot. The buffet will have pizza, salad, coffee, tea. Tickets are $18 per person. They can be purchased in advance through PayPal or at the door, cash, check, or card. Since it's in the basement there at La Rosa's, and it's a busy night for the restaurant probably, they're asking people to park on the side there facing the Days Inn motel.
Okay.
That way you can go right in the
Yeah, you
basement
can
door
walk right
directly.
in there.
Don't have to walk down the stairs through the front door. All right. On a sad note, there was a lady who served recently as a Vinton County School Board member. She had since retired. Her name is Dr. Mildred Lane. Millie Lane is what they called her up in Vinton County. And there she is right there, a real advocate of animals and pets as well. And she's shown there with her dog. She passed away last Monday at the age of 88. She had lived in Frankfort after leaving Vinton County. But she lived in the northern part of Vinton County and was a very beloved school board member there. She had a doctorate like that, very educated, which was made her perfect. Also came in from the outside, kind of from Vinton County, actually had been born in Michigan, and so she gave the locals a different perspective on things, and she quickly gained a lot of respect and support in Vinton County. And she was cremated after her death. There will be a celebration of life this Sunday from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Forget Me Not venue. That's that place in Zaleski where they have some community events and like that, weddings and receptions and like this. And this will be a celebration of life, which is what she wanted as opposed to a funeral. And if you want to if you want to honor her life, you can do a memorial gift to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. All right, speaking of happier things in Vinton County, the Midnight at Moonville event actually came to MacArthur.
Yes, it did.
So that was a little different. The tunnel, 10 or 12 miles away, but by having an event down in MacArthur, they were able to maybe bring some extra people into town and help the businesses there and create more awareness about Moonville with the locals. But throw up several pictures there. They had some spooky things there. There's a tarot card reader.
Nice.
They did that. I've never had that done before. I'm always afraid to have that done. Now I may find out some things I don't like. And that is a paranormal spiritualist who is looking into a portal, and she, according to what we're told, that in that portal box, she communicated with a spirit named Lloyd. Now I don't know what Lloyd had to say, but Red Thompson was there, and that's what he told me. And you can see the pictorial evidence. And there is the gentleman, if you want to call him that, who was staffing the booth of the University of Rio Grande MacArthur Center there.
Oof.
So I don't know whether you're going to attract extra students that way or not, but you're going to get some attention. But anyway, the Midnight at Moonville was done by the Vinton County CVB, and it was the first time that they had done the Midnight at Moonville event in MacArthur. They called it Midnight at Moonville. They called it Moonville MacArthur instead of Midnight at Moonville. So Moonville remains one of the top tourist attractions, if not maybe the top single tourist attraction in Vinton County, and so they want to take advantage of this, and this was a different way to do it, to have it in MacArthur. All right, we want to give props to Rebecca Hill. We got this information from the VFW here in Jackson. Rebecca Hill was named the National VFW Auxiliary Member of the Year, and she received the award from the National VFW Auxiliary. This happened in, I believe, in Louisville, Kentucky, and she was honored for volunteering. There she is, right there. Let me see where she is in this picture. She is pictured from left to right: Brian Johnson, VFW District Commander; Tom Hill, VFW All-American Commander; and Renee Roseberry, and Rebecca is on the on the far right there. But Rebecca was chosen for volunteering more than 150 years in her community and for taking a week of her personal time just to make sure that booths always had someone in them during the events. She helped raise over $7,000 for the veterans, and she helped with 2 of the veterans projects. So congratulations to her. She also volunteers at the VA hospital. So this was not a local award or even a state award. This was a national award.
That's pretty good.
So congratulations to Rebecca. Okay, a couple other things to tell you about coming up. The 42nd Annual Foothills Art Festival, of course, that is this weekend. I want to remind you about that. Public hours, Friday evening, Saturday, all day Saturday, and then Sunday afternoon. All right, that's when you can go. It's absolutely free. It's at the Parks Edge Event Center, and I know that you'll be down there to see it firsthand tomorrow morning.
Yes, we will.
On Main Street TV. Also, we want to promote, we want to remind you about the Movies at Manpower event.
That's right.
Our own Rachel Tipton, of course, here was on Main Street TV yesterday, I think, to talk about that. And this is something fairly new. Give her a lot of credit for organizing this. And, you know, you're going to need to bring a coat and some blankets, but it's going to be decent weather. We don't have to worry about any rain.
Yep.
So that's at 8 o'clock tonight, and so
lots of fun.
It should be a fine event. It's absolutely free, and I know she appreciates all those who have helped her, including the sponsors. Also tonight, we mentioned about this yesterday, but a reminder because it should be a big deal.
Oh my!
The Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce's Trunk or Treat will be down on the block of Broadway Street between Main Street and Pearl in downtown Jackson. They are expecting 1,000 trick-or-treaters. 1,000. Can you believe that? Okay. I don't know how they know that.
Yes, because I worked it a year or two ago.
Okay, well,
I can't believe it.
They have some historical perspective on that.
Yes, it is crazy.
But this is a thing that where you can come and join in. They want you to register online if you want to, or if you would, please, so they know you're coming. But you know, you can participate, decorate your vehicle. There'll be a best decorated vehicle contest that is part of this. All right. Also, on the sports side, last night, let's give credit to the Oak Hill girls volleyball team. They won their tournament game down at home. It was against the Rock Hill Lady Redmond. That score was 25-18, 25-23, and 25-17. I think we have a picture there of one of the volleyball players in action. That is Emma Thiggins. Had to throw her picture up because she had just a great game. Along with Reagan Atkins, but you know, of course, it was a team victory. But Oak Hill has not had the best history in volleyball as opposed to their basketball program, which we know what its reputation is. But Coach Zach Kaiser and his girls have had a great season, and they won their first tournament game, and they will advance to next Tuesday to the district semifinal game against Frankfurt Adena, and that will be at Waverly High School at 6 p.m. So good luck to the Lady Oaks. Last night, unfortunately, the Wellston Lady Rockets lost their tournament volleyball game. They had to travel to Zane Trace, got off to a slow start, played much better later, but still ended up a loser, 25-10, 25-16, and 25-19. If they would have kept playing, they might have won that one because they kept getting better each game. But congratulations to them for hanging in there and doing the best they can. So the volleyball tournaments are over, except for the Lady Oaks, and they will go next Tuesday. Of course, we've got football on Friday night. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Absolutely. And don't forget, we will be live on the air tomorrow at the Foothills Arts Festival. We look forward to doing that.
Did you read that?
We talked about it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Dylan. So we'll be at the Arts Festival tomorrow. Then we'll do some news with Pete. And it will be a fun day.
Okay. Well, always, right?
Always.
All right.
Always. So have a great day, everyone. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, The Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.